messed up. First I thought I was hearing frog. Is that a chickadee? Or a tufted titmouse? Today is the feast of St. Wormwold of Buckingham, a lifespan 3-day baby who started talking and professed to be a Christian, professed the creed, and received his first communion. It's also the feast of St. Malachi something or more, who knew all kinds of people. I'll talk about him in depth. He also did a prediction. He did a prophecy of the popes. He's famous for that. This man was born in the 600s, I think, and he did a prophecy of popes all the way up to Pope Benedict, and I think saying that the last pope is the pope we have now, which is Francis, and I'll read you some of those predictions. It's also the feast day of St. Martin de Porres, patron of Peru. He's often seen with rats. There was a time when he was very kind to everyone, even all the way down to animals. He didn't want to, when he would, I guess he performed miracles, I'm not sure, but I think, anyway, people would give him, I guess you get, not paid, but you might be given something to give to the poor. And I think oftentimes people give them animals, and he actually set up a hospital for cats and dogs and took care of animals that were sick. One time, apparently there were a bunch of rats that were eating everything in the monastery, and the monks were going to poison the rats, and he said, don't do that. So he took a basket, put the basket down in the monastery and told the rats to get in it, brought them outside into the garden and said, if you stay out of the monastery, I will feed you every day. And that's what he did. He'd bring food out to them, and the rats would stay outside and eat the food was brought to them by St. Martin de Porres. His mother was a freed slave. His father was, I think, Spanish royalty. He was the illegitimate son of this royal. He ends up going to Peru and working with the poor. St. Martin de Porres, St. Malachi, who I will tell you more about. St. Malachi knew one person he knew. Let's see if I can remember who that was. Someone very famous. Oh, goodness. Boy. This saint wrote the biography of St. Malachi, or vice versa. He praised St. Malachi, and he told the Pope, I believe it's Honorius III, at the beginning of his reign, that he should follow the virtues of St. Malachi, and he would be a good Pope. That would be a good reference point for him. And this was oh boy. Okay, I can't. Who was that? St. Columba? Could be St. Columba, not Columbo. Not to be confused with Columbo. St. Columba, or Columbus, who's now been demonized unjustly. Well, I'll tell you that later. And also today is also Saint Wilfrida of something. She was, what happened with her? I think that was yesterday. Her uncle was Saint, I want to say, Biuno, and she was going to live the chaste life, religious life, and someone forced himself on her, and when she refused marriage, he cut her head off. And Saint Biuno, her uncle, I think cursed the guy, or the ground opened up and swallowed the evil chieftain, and he brought Wilfrida back to life, put her head back on. So when you read the bio, it says she died beheaded, but then it says she died of old age. So I guess that can happen. She ends up becoming a nun and an abbess in a monastery, I believe. And today, Saint Wormwold, Wormwold, Saint Wormwold, whatever. The baby saint, 3 days old, starts talking, and that's just creepy. So let's ask all the saints to pray for us, and the birds, and Saint Francis, and the little chickadees, and the whatever these birds that we're singing, and the frogs that keep jumping in the pond even now. And sometimes I find when I come home in the dark trying to walk up on the patio, there'll be a big old 2-inch frog that I happen to notice in the dark and don't step on. I did step on one once. That was not nice. So let's ask all the saints to pray for us, pray the souls in purgatory.